I'm going to make one promise to the entire world in saying this. I'm not the kind of person who gives up on themselves ever because Petra Anna Peter Anthony Manette doesn't delete her pre-existing person like some people try to suggest in their course of trying to fucking ruin my right to get surgery. My name exists exactly as it does, and I'm not getting rid of my identity either, my history, and I'm not accepting anyone else's history, as they actually did try to append other people's crimes to me and associate in people's minds. Like the mistakes of Bino Oliver, for example, joining a white supremacist group. I never did. I'm not being called a white supremacist by anyone who's fucking sane, really. Pardon my saying it, but I never made those bad decisions personally, so why should I be associated with it? I won't be. And I made it very clear I never would be from the very outset of this going on. And thank you, everyone, recently from the British Columbia medical associations that have helped me get as far in this process as I have while I've been subjected to serious wrongdoing by some individual who lives nearby I won't name. My parents are innocent in this. They have not done harm to me, to my knowledge. My mother definitely did no wrong to me at any point. I won't tolerate anyone suggesting she is guilty, as some people have tried to do. I won't tolerate that for a second. And as far as I know, my father is on the level too, and has done nothing but help me every time I asked him to. So I'm not going to assume the lies of some gross shit people harassing me are fucking even vaguely near true. My father isn't a piece of shit. He's on par with myself. Someone who's honest throughout every fucking situation of using anyone else's name ever. And I won't tolerate anyone saying anything short of that. It's bullshit. I know he's comprehensively aware of my good decision-making process in the course of my life. It's the reason I'm alive today, after all. And I'm going to have faith in him remaining an intelligent person who could see through the bullshit of some very slanderous individuals who plagued my life with some really, really evil shit I shouldn't have had to go through, but I survived it, and I'm so grateful to be alive and have the assistance of the people at the local hospital I talked to and the other hospitals I've gone to that have been so decent to me in helping me survive this. No matter how ridiculous some of the situations were when I was brought there. The people I'm referring to, saying I'm very appreciative of, they know who they are, and they know I'm going to thank them again in the future in person. And I just had to establish a few things about this, because some people were trying to suggest my getting surgery that I've wanted for the past 22 years, but was horribly prevented in a very oppressive way. It never even vaguely had anything to do with me wanting to delete a pre existing individual of myself. This is why my name is prepended to my other pre existing name, which is now my middle name. Petra Anna Peter Anthony Menendez. I've signed my name for the past, half a decade or more. This surgery has nothing to do with me trying to get rid of a pre existing person, because I wasn't a piece of shit any day of them claiming I was. And if you look into it even fractionally, you'll find just that is true. And I've got really good news for everyone too. I'm a volunteer for fMRI research, and basically that makes my memories, mind, and dreams publicly available for anyone who wants to see if I'm a lying piece of shit or not. They might find out I've been subjected to really horrible abuses in the course of my life, but I don't really give a fuck, because Rod Hasberg getting to hide the gross shit he did and then yell national security is at risk when I drink a glass of water and comb my hair and go out the door. He enabled people with violent histories, prolific offending criminals, easily established as such, in a CSO record search even anyone could do. He enabled people with this history to enter my living environment and harm me immensely, using technology Wiggins Group provided him to enable people to do this wrong to me. And this is a large part of what was done, as I was prevented getting the surgery I wanted, and I'm not ever going to be subjected to that again. I'll stay in the public eye. I'll stay fucking very much ready to immerse myself in the public. And this is literally what these individuals tried to do in my home, who broke in here on behalf of Rod Hasberg, enabling them. They tried to cripple my feet. They damaged my feet immensely, tried to prevent me from walking. They mock me when I walk around downtown with injuries on my feet that they cause, and having assholes come and stomp their foot next to me while I'm walking down the streets of Victoria. These criminal fucking deluded shit that did this. Gross. You gross shit. That's all I have to say to you. You gross shit. Look at that. I'm making eye contact with you. It's directed at the fucking evil shit that did that to me. Yeah, that's something I can do. You don't seem very inclined or able to do. I can make eye contact with people when I talk, because I'm not a piece of fucking lame, cowardly shit who's so far from righteous enough to even have anything to do with me. That fucking I have to injure someone's feet and pay an asshole to fucking come and stomp their foot at them while I'm waiting at a cross stop. Fuck you, you gross idiot. And fucking thank the world, everyone else in the world, for not being that deranged. That's all I can say, because it's at this point, having survived it for this long, it's laughable. If I look a bit dazed too, I'm not really dazed. I've been using this DMT vape and then DMT pretty steadily, and I feel fantastic from it. It's invigorating and really, it's nice. It changes the game about. I know I need to put more makeup on and do it properly, or do it a bit differently than this. Or no, I don't. It's nice. Actually, never mind. I like it. Yeah, so I don't mean to be off on a negative rant or anything, but these are things that are actively still being done in my life, and they're very much hate crimes. I'm a Canadian citizen who's been largely law-abiding, at least in terms of those laws we have that govern how we interact with other human beings in our society. I might have been a drug user. I might have been prostituted once, and I might have sped in my car, got a driving infraction. Beyond that, I haven't even fractionally committed any of the evil shit crimes some of these individuals slandering me have routinely without giving a shit. I actually have moral standing and ethical standards, though they don't quite give a shit about on any level. So, I mean, what the fuck? I don't even know what else to say other than I'm trying to preserve the best of this situation and keep this alive for every positive point of interest I've ever cultivated out of the situation that largely came about as an act of torture. Unjustified torture being done to me by people who want to traumatize me into fucking being some kind of like mule they could rape the dreams of. And they tried to. They tried to render me so fucked up by traumatizing me in a chaotic way that I wouldn't be able to identify who was harming me, and they could repeatedly come into my dreamscape and my actual life in hypnagogic state and otherwise, and injure the fuck out of me and traumatize me at the point I would just be a chaotic ruin. I overcame what they were trying to do to me. I've named them all publicly, and MIT associated individuals I don't associate with personally. No one's forcing association with me. Of the groups I don't want to be associated with on me. Blood gang members who are prolific offender criminals. And this isn't to say specifically that one person I've named before in videos. Maybe they can redeem themselves. I won't trust them ever because I know I can read a CSO record search and I know what the fuck their history is and I've known them personally. So of course I'm not welcoming them into my life when they've done this shit to me. And no degree of emotional manipulation will ever convince me to be naive enough. I would buy into a word they said. I won't even listen to a word they say. I'm absolutely beyond that. I'm not foolish. And this said, those people I've named as criminally involved and guilty in this, they need to get the fuck away from me almost immediately because I'm not going to tolerate them being in my life in any context. I'm terribly sorry if you don't like it, but I mean, you did try and murder me, some of you, and I don't really think I need the company of attempted murderers in my daily life. So you'd be well advised to leave now. Any aspect of any presumed right be my life making noise at me or doing anything. These people were enabled to basically conceal themselves from my field of vision and injure me repeatedly as they tried to coerce me into becoming a male heterosexual. Because apparently if they injure me and mangle my appearance enough, people like Darcy Panic, Chelsea Potts, who else was involved in it to this effect? Monique St. Declaire, I guess. Sophie Reed. Who else is with that? Tanya Griffin. Fuck. All these women I never dated, never will date. I'll never be a boyfriend to anyone, most likely, but definitely never be a boyfriend to any of them or a fucking husband or anything else. And that said, there was just a threat made to me about mental institutions again. They tried to cheat me of my life in one already. I was wrongly arrested by a police officer. They filled the head with garbage, just outright lies and bullshit. And basically I was abducted from this other building I was living in, which was burnt down as a result of being harassed in there and them being there occupying the building, fucking with me. And it was a very interesting trip to the hospital. I won't elaborate on now, but yeah, this person's threatening me with a mental hospital, and it's already known to the staff of the hospital. Foul play taking place all throughout my life in this situation, and that there were people treating me very badly, and I was being misrepresented. The people I knew, I overheard other people talking. I looked in the documents I have from Freedom of Information Act requests, and there's people referencing this in between staff at the hospital. There's no chance in hell of them actually getting away with framing me as being mentally ill and making that happen now. They're just so deluded in this shit. They believe they can make it work, so I'm being harassed and tortured and injured for doing absolutely nothing to anyone. And now they're trying to, for the third time in my life, adult life, they're trying to use mitigation of surgery that I'm... they're just so fucking lame to do the shit. Anyways, I'll upload this and move on to the next thing. Thank you for watching, everyone who hasn't been some fucked up, whatever, who tried to force me to conform to their wants and become someone I'm not. That's a really disgusting feeling to have to live through that. Thank God I've never done that to another human being, but having lived through it, fuck. We start the new day now, 4:17. And the good news, the best news of all today, there's been a stray cat that I've been feeding outdoors, and my parents have been feeding too, who comes by, and I think he's coming into the basement and everything more, and I think he's probably about ready to start living indoors if he wants to live with us. So that's a positive thing. I call him Mackenzie because of a dish that I was feeding him in. It said Mackenzie on it. It was a child's dish that someone left me with some tableware and everything. I think that's probably a great name for him. Either that or Ryu the Condor, based on the movie Barefoot Gen and Shinji's replacement, or his pseudo replacement, his non biological brother showing up as a doppelganger of Shinji. Because we had a cat named Stella that was a black, long haired Persian cat, and this is the same species of cat, I believe. That's why I said Ryu the Condor would be an appropriate name. What the fuck?